You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now. Or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAC Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode.
I told you it was worth it. So quiet. It's also only in my left ear. Do you only hear it in your left?
No.
Okay, we're going to do a little hearing test, okay? So you just let me know if you can hear this noise, okay? All right. Oh, yeah, I heard it.
No, yeah, it's
Okay.
in both ears.
Okay,
You might
now,
have to plug it in.
okay, now tell me if you can hear this one, okay? Just let me know if you hear it. Oh, yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
it. Okay.
okay, I can hear it.
All right, your hearing's all right. You made it. glad we figured it out.
Glad to have you on.
I'm so happy
welcome
to be
to
here.
It Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 157. We're recording this on, what is this?
Let me think about it.
Tuesday, March 5th. And you'll be hearing this on Friday or Thursday, March 8th.
That's right, Gavin.
That's right.
You got it, dude. Hey, right off the top, real quick. Do it again one more time. Really hard. Hard as you can. It doesn't hurt, so do it really hard. There it is.
That hurts my hand.
Come on, keep doing it, please, 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 please. No, come on, please keep doing it. Please keep doing it.
You got big knees, brother.
Yeah, well, I got big knees for you because I want to say right off the top of this podcast, we've been getting a good influx of viewers and listeners, which is awesome, and I'm super happy about. But I wanted to make a plea here real quick.
We got a plea deal going on.
That if you are watching or listening and you haven't subscribed or followed us wherever you listen, if you're watching on YouTube, if you listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, anywhere, please, please, please give us a follow on wherever you listen because it really helps out. A rating and review would be awesome, or a like or a comment on it would be amazing. Because I've been seeing the viewers come in, which is awesome, but to help get those other numbers up also really
Tell your
helps
friends.
make us do that too. But also, if you just are listening and you're like, oh, I didn't follow them yet,
Yeah.
that helps big time for
Big time.
for possible and possibilities.
It helps
later
bigly.
on
It helps
down the
bigly.
line. It helps bigly, but yeah, it really goes a long way. It helps us. For
Know that what we're
future
doing is going
things.
right.
Yeah, and just for future possibilities, it helps a lot too. So I just want to say that off the top. But what are we talking about this week, Gavin? I'm glad you asked. We got a Dune 2 Fuck Bucket update, plus Dune 2 no spoiler-free review from me.
I've seen Austin Butler do a couple interviews.
Yeah, we were doing I'll save it for that segment. Talk a little bit about soccer. Gavin saw a movie about beavers, and it wasn't on Pornhub.
Yep.
I was going to be talking about the Brick Muse doc scene on Twitter. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. And also some Wolves Twitter.
Yes. You didn't write that part down, so I missed it.
Yeah, sorry. But
That's
it's
okay.
in that black.
Then we're going to give a send-off to our guy Mitch McConnell.
Headshot.
And then a double header look what I found segment that I've been saving up. I didn't get to do one last week, so I said I'm gonna do 2 this week. And they're both pretty short. And then if we have time at the end, next door drama and what you're listening to, for sure we're doing that. So let's just jump right into it.
This entire episode is just going to be me spacing out, trying to think of what I'm going to say for what you'll listen to this week.
Uh-oh.
I haven't
Don't do
listened-
that.
I haven't listened to this shit. Anyway, keep going.
Shit. Well, what do you want me to do this Dune update real quick?
Yeah, give me the Dune update. Give me the
And we'll
Dune
just
update.
kind of.
This is my Austin Butler doing Elvis impression.
Well,
Give me
I'm
that
glad you
Dune
brought that
update.
up because after the movie, let's just jump to the end and then we'll work our way back.
Okay, great.
When
So
we
you
were
saw the
walking
movie.
out, I saw it. I saw Dune 2, but when we were leaving the theater, I was saying to my brother, who I went and saw it with, and our friend Andrew, Not our friend, but
Their friend. Yeah,
Our
I get it. No,
friend.
I get it.
I had different friends. It's okay. Get over it. And I was talking about how Austin Butler, whose name I couldn't remember at the time, played Elvis.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping, because he was stuck. If you don't know, he apparently said he was stuck with the accent after the movie. Because in interviews, he'd be like, yeah, no, that's whenever we were shooting the movie.
Yeah, we were
doing
shooting the
all that."
movie. We were talking like that. Like he
Said he was stuck with it. And he had to go to a vocal coach to get rid of it.
Yeah, but even then, it's still like residual.
Yeah.
It's still, he does not sound the same as he did before the movie.
Yeah, and I was really hoping, I don't remember his character's name in Dune, but I was really
bald
hoping.
one.
Yeah, one of the bald. There's many
Yeah.
bald ones, but I was hoping he was going to be doing that accent.
It was funny because a lot of people on TikTok were like,
for the Fremen, they're rats, okay, mama? Just whatever you do, just don't step on my blue suede shoes.
I saw this on TikTok, but they didn't put that in the book. There's no reason for him to be bald. It's just he's
Really?
bald. Yeah,
I'm surprised Logan didn't say that, because he's this fucking nerd. Reads
he's.
the book.
I wanted to read the books,
I kind of do too now.
but I haven't seen any of the movies.
Yeah, and that's why
I've
I
heard
didn't
people
invite
watch
you
the
either.
movies. Yeah, that's the reason why. That's
That
it.
is the reason why.
You
didn't
know
see
I
the
haven't watched the
first
Dune.
one.
You haven't seen. You know I haven't seen the Dune movies.
Yeah.
I talk about it that much. Jesus,
No,
man. Give me a break. You know.
For once in my life, I think I actually remembered something, and that
Wow.
was that you hadn't seen
No, I have
Dune.
not. But
Because
I've
you
heard
didn't go
good
with
things.
us when we saw it.
No, I've heard good things about it though. I feel like you should go watch it.
I watch it. Well, first of all,
And I like the
let's-
cast.
Let me just get something out of the way, because I got good knees and bad knees.
Right.
And the
Big knees.
good
and small
knee,
knees.
the good knees is that I saw Dune 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the bad news, Gavin.
Some people said this was like some people really liked it. Carson, you weren't one of them.
This wasn't the bad knees.
Oh, really? You
There's
really, really
there's a
liked
little
it.
thing that we were really excited about when we heard about Dune 2, and that was
No, the popcorn
the
buckets.
fuck bucket. And I said,
The Dune 2 popcorn bucket update.
And I said, you can go get the clip that I'm going to go see the movie and I'm going to
you get
buy
it,
the
yeah.
bucket.
Yeah.
And that was my plan. That's what I was going to do. So I show up, we go to AMC, which is where you buy the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
And we walk up to the snack counter where I'm like talking about it with Logan and Andrew. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. Like, because Andrew I had told Logan the day before that I was like, I'm glad you said we're going to AMC because I got to buy that Fleshlight bucket. And he had forgotten all about it. And then we got there and Andrew's like, are you guys going to get the bucket? And I was like, of course I'm going to get the bucket.
First thing on my list.
Walk up to the concessions counter.
Could you
And there
buy
was-
like a voucher for it?
Yeah, you got to buy a pass. It's
Yeah.
like buying sneakers. You got to
Yeah.
get it. So I get up to the counter, and I think this person working the concessions was a trainee because
The guy working the stand.
the guy working the stand was a woman. So
Oh.
I know it's
That's
just,
difficult for me to
just
understand.
try and
you
put
know
that out of your head for a minute. It was a woman, and I'm assuming her boss, who was like training her, was also a woman. I think I'm assuming they're women. Women from what I can tell. I don't believe in the they them. Just kidding.
This they
Just
them
fucking kidding.
theology or whatever it
This
is.
is like crazy Biden economics shit. Obviously a joke.
right.
And
That is a joke.
I walked up and I was like, hey, because I didn't see it. I didn't see it anywhere. And usually
Yeah.
they have them like stacked up on
So
the
do you guys have
popcorn
that
thing.
dussy back there?
Do you got that
The Dune
Keith?
pussy?
You got that Dune pussy? And I said, hey, do you guys have the souvenir? I think I said the souvenir Dune popcorn bucket. And she literally did this. And I was like, the bucket with what's got the thing on it. And she was like, oh, no, we don't have that. And I was like she just said that. Like she didn't say like we sold out of it. She was like, we don't have it.
It might just be certain locations.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Because I was like,
Because I didn't see it all over Twitter like I would after the movie.
I kind of did.
I only saw
I saw a few.
I saw a few, but it was all people who lived in like New York or California.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't. Because it's like, I don't know. I would assume that it would be at every location.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
they have like they had like a fucking Kung Fu Panda bucket back there. It wasn't even a bucket. It was like a bowl. And I was like, you think more people are going to buy that than the fuck bucket? I don't think so.
Family
Sorry,
popcorn
Jack
bucket.
Black. Me and Jack Black are good friends. So.
Jack Black's in this movie?
No, but he's in Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So that was upsetting.
Yeah.
And then I almost like, the whole time I was like, okay, do I go to another AMC? Like, what do I do? What do I do? And then I was just like, whatever. It's over.
If I don't have it.
It would have been funny to go get it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get it. So
Yeah.
that was upsetting. I really wanted to get it.
Probably was it that
And-
other one you were thinking about. One on Creve Core.
Maybe. That's where we almost went.
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of wish we did.
That one plays like art house films.
Yeah, I bet they would have had it there. But whatever. I'm not worrying about it. I'm not thinking about it. It's past its prime, anyways. No longer viral.
I get it. Yeah, no, for sure. Jesus.
That was I was just doing my impression of the sandworms. But I watched it and I loved it.
Really?
I loved it. It seems like a movie I would hate, but I loved it. And I remember
it's the Empire Strikes Back of this series. That's what I've heard.
I haven't seen a full Star Wars movie.
But a lot of people walked out of it and were like 10 out of 10. That's a great movie.
Yeah, because I remember watching the first one. I don't remember. I told my brother, I was like, I don't remember anything about that movie at all. The first one. I was like, everything, like I forgot all about what happened in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remembered while we were watching, I like remember bits and pieces, but I was like so lost.
Well, you know what made it a little bit more memorable was to have the Dune fuck bucket.
Right, it would have been. It would have been.
Yep,
but I remember liking it. I just remember it being really slow.
Yeah.
Very slow. And this
one
was
take
like,
place on Arrakis, the desert planet.
On Iraq. And it was the whole time they were saying Iraqis. And I was just like, Iraqis? Where's Bush? Which one of these guys is Bush? But yeah, it was just like constant. Now watch this drive. It was just like constant like action or things happening. It was paced really well, just super good, and everybody in it was really, really good.
Because they paraded around this cast like they're like, look at our cast, they're so hot.
Yeah, they brought them everywhere. Well, they are.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, and Zendaya.
Yeah, and I was telling
Logan,
my brother. What was I telling him? I had something before I was going to say this other thing. I told him that like. Usually in these movies, like I always like, I like it or I'll love it or whatever, but I'll be like, but this was really corny. And there's only one part at the very end where I kind of like cringed a little bit. But other than that, like there was no like cringy acting, like nothing really took me out of it. And it was great. And we were talking on the way home that like, I don't get the hate on Timothy Chalamet. I think he's a fantastic actor.
I think it's just because so many people. No, I think he is too. I think even I know he did like the silly role of Wonka, and that looked
right, which I will never ever see.
I don't think I'll ever watch.
No desire to watch.
But I always heard he was a good actor. It was just that he was so hot that they like overtook how good of an actor he was.
And they are putting him in everything, and I'm like, well, he's good and he's hot. Like, I don't fucking
what else
care.
am I supposed to say about that?
I don't give a shit.
And he used to mod Xbox controllers. He's like literally outraged.
I forgot about that.
That was everything I've learned about Dune is against my will. Is all on TikTok, and I eat up those interviews. Anytime it's one of those like junket, is that what they're called? Yeah, the press junket or whatever they're called. Is that what they're called? Junkets?
Yeah.
I can't believe that that's a real thing. But whenever they have those, they basically just rotate out the reporters, and the reporters all post clips of them interviewing, and. Someone posts like a supercut of every time he gets asked about the modded Xbox controllers.
Oh, he's gotten asked about it a lot?
Yes.
Oof.
Yeah, a lot. But the first couple times he was pretty lit up about it, but then he's like, well, people have posted about it on the internet enough kind of thing. But it's like, but anytime those press junkets come up, I'm like, I eat it up. Even if it's completely unrelated to anything I even like watching or anything, it's just like, holy shit. I used to watch press junkets of Machinima on YouTube whenever they used to like do movie stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I used to eat that up too. So anytime it's like getting to know the actors as people, it's a little bit better in my opinion than like watching them do, here to talk about my movie on Jimmy Fallon and all this stuff like that. I don't really care about those anymore. It's more the outside of late night talk shows that they talk about their stuff.
I agree with that. I don't enjoy watching those personally, but I would definitely prefer that over a late night.
Yeah, and some of these guys are really creative with the questions they ask. Like they always light up some of these actors, and they're like, "Dude, I love your questions." Yeah, so it's really nice to see.
But I can't see the fake shit that the actors put on where they're like, "Oh yeah,
it's funny you should ask about that."
Wow,
they're like, "Ask me about this question." Like that was it's literally like the Santa Claus. Don't ask me about. In Tim Robinson, I told you not to talk about Christmas, man.
Don't bring that up. Yeah.
But yeah. So you liked it?
Yeah, it was great. I think he's great in it. I think he played like kind of this. He played the same character, but like older. Two completely different like forms of this character. Like one is like this shy, humble person, and then he's like becomes this really overconfident, like almost like godlike figure.
Yeah.
Like two completely different sides of it. And I think he did it really well. I still have not seen the original Dune from, I think, like 84.
David Lynch's.
Yeah. But this
That's so crazy to
reminded
say.
me that I want to watch
David
it.
Lynch's Dune.
Yeah. With the Twin Peaks guy, whatever his name is. I can't remember his name.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah. But I want to see that. It was great. I enjoyed it. Sad I didn't get the bucket, but, you know, life goes on.
I really want to read the books, but I also want to. I kind of want to read the books before the movie, but you know, I'm more of a reader anyway.
I think there's 2. Is there more than 2?
There's
books?
a lot more than 2. It's like 8 or 9.
Christ. I did not know that.
And
I asked Logan, he's like, I think there's just 2.
No, there's a lot more than that,
So
and the whole set is like $100 on Amazon right now.
Okay.
But
because it ends.
you could go to like
half
price books or something like that for sure.
Probably.
For sure has some.
Yeah.
Or even honestly,
I would listen to it probably. That's what Logan
Yeah.
did. I don't see myself reading a book like that, sitting down and
it's really
not my thing.
come on, man. Don't make fun of people who read books.
I'm
Fuck
not making
you,
fun
man.
of people who do it. It's just not. I do it every once, and I have a book over there that I'll probably get through in about a year or 2.
Right. Yeah, I finished 3 books in 3 months, and I haven't read a single book since because I was not on break.
You stored them up.
Yep.
You
I
just
do have
store
a
up your
lot. I do
books.
have a lot more on my Kindle now, but they're all just kind of like, oh, this sounds like it would be a good story.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, we both kind of had an exciting weekend. Tell me about.
Yeah. So
what you
I
did.
saw. So you invited me to the soccer game, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
my side,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you can get there. But so we had both seen our mutual friend, not friend of the show yet. Our mutual friend Avery posted his story that he posted like free St. Louis City tickets if anybody wants them.
Because he was in fuck, where was he? It was the most random place, and it's fun to say.
Kalamazoo or something?
Bahrain.
Okay. Yeah.
Bahrain for the F1 race.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because Diplar was
Diplar?
performing.
So yeah, I saw that and I was like, I was like, as soon as he posted it, it came up like literally a minute.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So like, I was like in my apartment, I was like, got out of the shower. I'm like, and I was taking a shower to go watch this movie at Webster University, called Hundreds of Beavers. I had no idea what this was. No idea going into it.
Just keep talking. I'm just gonna look it. I didn't look it up.
The Hundreds of Beavers is a Looney Tunes live action movie. And it's literally there's no speaking essentially for the entire movie except for maybe like 5 words. And it's about this trapper that gets into these Looney Tunes ass situations. And it's literally it's like an homage to like old cinema, and like it's kind of like a Three Stooges or
Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, like just really, it's fucking hilarious though. Like there was so many times where I was like I'm almost tired of laughing, but a couple of them were just like, there were a couple parts of the movie where I was like, I really wish they'd never explained this, because it's like it was a bit that like later got explained as to why he was doing that.
I don't like when.
But I was like, it
let
would
me
have been
get it.
so much funnier if he just like kept. It puts it in the trailer, but he keeps falling these holes, and it's so fucking funny. And the first half of the movie is really good, and the last, everything's good in it, but what stands out is like the first 15, 25 minutes, and then the last like 15 to 25 minutes are incredible. Honestly, great cinema. Just like in general, it's just because it's no real animals; it's all people in animal costumes.
Yeah, I wonder if it's on anything.
It's not yet. It will be later. So
came out 2 years ago though. 2022.
Yeah, and they had like a Super Bowl ad too.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I saw it on TikTok, but yeah, it's like on YouTube. It's like the Super Bowl ad. And it's like this conspiracy video. It's a joking conspiracy video.
Yeah. Well, once it comes out on something, I want to see that.
So yeah, it was like this old. It kind of looked like a church, but it was like seriously like their auditorium, like the most conventional like old timey theater of all time. Like big, huge ceilings, stained glass windows. Piano on this left side of the stage.
Probably was a church.
It probably was at one point.
It
but
sounds like
it was. It's like the whole auditorium.
Yeah.
But it's got like a deep back. Definitely, probably was at one point, but it just has like that. It smelled like mothballs. It had like a whole projection room on top though, and it didn't seem to look new.
No churches.
So maybe yeah.
Was this a paid? Because this was at a university.
It was a paid event, but I got a student discount because I'm a student.
Nice. How much was it?
It was $7.
Did they have like concession?
No.
Or anything? No.
But I guess you could bring in a drink. I brought in a water bottle. Nobody asked questions.
Yeah. Was it just like a one movie viewing, or was it like a double feature?
No, it was just one movie. But they do have like regular screenings all the time there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's actually all the stuff that you wouldn't see on streaming services right now. So it's all just like remasters of like a Tarkovsky film or something like that. You know that director. You ever heard of him? Yeah. No, like that guy. They have like a 4K restoration that they're showing there. They have a couple other like art movies that they're showing there too. Nice. So if you're in bored on a weekend, there's probably showing there for some movie.
In St. Louis.
I think my favorite part about just going to a movie that my friend asked me to go to. Anybody can ask me to go to a movie. I'll probably be like, yeah, sure.
Just not Dune 2.
Yeah, well, Dune. I'll go see Dune, but
it's on the streaming services.
Dune 2 is?
Dune 1.
Oh, I'll have to watch Dune.
One woman at the same time.
Yeah, Dune one girl at a time.
Yeah, you should definitely.
One thing at a time. But yeah, like. Yeah, I love going to movies blind. I knew nothing about this movie.
That's the best way.
It was literally like, what the fuck?
Yep.
So I literally asked my friend, I'm like, is this the movie? Yeah. I thought it was maybe like a trailer or something. I'm like, is this the movie?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
That's fun.
Love it.
I definitely want to watch that. Get a little.
Oh my God.
Watch it.
Oh my God.
That sounds wonderful.
100%. That would be the best way to watch that movie.
I'll keep my eyes out for it. But yeah, so as you mentioned.
And he called me right as the movie was literally about to start. It was like 7:05.
I saw that post from our friend Avery an hour after he posted it.
Yeah.
Because I had like just got home from playing disc golf, and I was speaking of, I have a new drop that I want to play.
Oh.
Golf, frisbee golf, Jerry, golf with the frisbee.
That is from an episode of Seinfeld.
Wow.
In the last season. Disc golf is mentioned in Seinfeld. Nobody talks about it.
Good to know.
Pretty cool. It definitely was a mind-blowing experience.
So he called me and I was like, I already agreed to go watch this movie. I'm literally sitting in the auditorium right now.
I saw that story and I waited for Avery to reply because it was an hour after. I was like, there's no way he still has these.
You're like, no way.
I was just like, are they still available? And I did the emoji where he's like peeking through his hand. And he's like, nope, nobody took them. And I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds great. And so I got the info, called you. And you told me you were in the movie, and you told me pretty much everything you just said. And then I was like, I had my list, and I told everybody my list so they all know because I didn't want anybody feeling bad.
Yeah.
Next on my list was Sean,
because I had been to one before, and I'm close. I'm literally like a 5-minute drive.
Right. Well, and I was like, I would go to you first, anyways.
For sporting events.
No offense to those guys, but so then I called Sean, your brother. Mm-hmm. And he picked up, and he almost didn't. Actually, his friend picked up and then put him on the phone. So I don't think if his friend picked up, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have gotten.
That's crazy.
Him. It would have gone to number 3, which was Spencer, who did not get a call. which is funny because.
Did you see him the next day?
Yeah. So I told him that the next day. I told him, and he was like, I could tell he was like a little like, oh, okay, I'm number 3 then, Yeah. But it was like. Obviously, I wouldn't be telling him if I like
hated him
or like thought he would really be pissed off or something.
Right.
But then I realized that morning, or I think I realized after I confirmed that Sean could go, that I was like, wait, Spencer's giving us the best seating to like 2 Cardinals games for free.
Yeah, 2 for you, 1
for me.
Yeah.
In like all inclusive, all you can eat, all you can drink. And then I was like, probably should have invited him. So, and he brought that out too. He's like, oh yeah, well, I wonder who's brought you. I guess Sean's brought you to all those Cardinals games. And I was like, I thought about that. I thought about that after I realized that it should have been. But I was like, well, listen, this is the second time I've gotten free tickets to a St. Louis City football soccer match. Mm-hmm. So I was like, maybe there'll be a third time, and then you'll get the call. But yeah, so Sean ended up going. So
now he's first on the list.
Now he's first because of that reason. Yeah. But Sean and I ended up going, and it was like 7 when I got the tickets. The game started at 7:30. I still had to get ready. Sean still had to shower. And he like raced home and showered and got dressed in like 10 minutes. It was like crazy.
Yeah.
And so it was like, we didn't leave until like 7:30. And I had realized when Avery sent them to me that he has season tickets for
standing room only.
Their supporter section is what it's called.
Okay.
And I don't know if there's, especially people from, the UK or Europe, where it's like football is like a huge thing for you guys.
Right.
Or people who just have gone to tons of soccer matches in the US or whatever. Maybe this is a normal thing. I don't know. So apologies if I sound ignorant about any of this stuff, because I don't know. This isn't my sport. Hashtag not my sport. But I had realized that, and then their like ticket on SeatGeek says, this is standing room only. You are meant to cheer in this section, whatever. And I've heard people like who've stood there in that section, like get kind of like side-eyed or like, getting people like give them shit for not cheering. And so I was like a little intimidated by that. And then I also read that it said no other MLS team gear is allowed in this section. Damn. And then I was like, I don't have any MLS gear at all. Like, I like texted Avery like frantically. I was like, am I getting in trouble if I'm not wearing any team gear? And he was like, no. He's like, no, you're not. And I was like, okay. So whatever. So I was like nervous about that. And I told Sean that. And so we get there and it's just like general admission seating. Like there is no assigned seats.
Yeah.
You get there and you find your seat.
Which they have a similar thing at Busch Stadium now where it's like $39 a month for standing room only stuff.
Oh, it's standing room only. Huh. I know that I thought you were talking about the bleachers.
No.
In the back.
No.
But so we got there, like I said, 30 minutes late. Not on purpose this time. And we walked in and we like kind of started walking up and down because there's like, it's this whole like wall in that like first level. And so we kind of walked up and down and there was just like no open, like it was packed. And like I stopped by a few people and I was like, hey, like, is there any room in here? And they were like very nice, but they were also like kind of like giving me like why are you asking me? They were like, no, there's not. And I was like, yeah, okay, thank you. And like I did that to a few other people and they were all just like, no.
Nuh-uh.
And I was like, okay. So I'm like, what do we do? So then I find this, and apologies, this goober ass dude who was working at the stadium. And I think he was newer, so maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It just pissed me off. I asked him, I was like, hey man, like, we have tickets for this section. I've never sat here before. I don't really know how it works. Like, what do we do? We can't find anywhere to stand. And he was just like, he was literally like, oh yeah, I don't know. You just kind of have to get lucky. And I was like, okay.
You're like, gee whiz.
Yeah, wow, I wish I would have thought of that. So then we go up and down a few more aisles, still nothing. And then we're about to walk in this other section, and this guy who's going to like ask us for our tickets stops us. And I was like, hey man, we have 2 tickets for this section. I can't find a spot to stand. What are we supposed to do? And he was like, okay, I'm going to tell you how this works. And he's like, if you get here like 10 minutes before or later, you're not going to find a spot in this section at all.
That's crazy.
He's like, if you look over here on anywhere around the stadium, you can stand anywhere like along the perimeter of the stadium, like in front of this fence or behind these seats or whatever. But he's like, and then like maybe during this halftime, you'll find a spot. But he's like, don't even bother coming back here. He's like, go check the corners. That's what he said, which I didn't know exactly what that meant. Yeah. But I just thought it was funny because he was so straightforward about it.
Well, yeah.
And I was just like, perfect. I was just like,
thank you.
As we were walking away, I said to Sean, I'm like, that's all I fucking needed. I don't need this fucking false hope from this other dude who was like, oh yeah, you just gotta get lucky and find a spot. I'm like, just tell me I'm fucked or I'm not. I don't care. Like, just tell me what I'm supposed to do. So I can stop looking like a fucking idiot. Yeah. I'm looking like an idiot being like, can I stand here?
What about me?
Me right here, okay, my friend? So, but anyways, we walked down to this, like, behind this fence, and it was like, there's a few people, like, we had to stand, like, probably behind some other people, but it was like, it wasn't crowded, like it would have been in that section. Mm-hmm. We could just kind of do whatever we want. We had room to move our arms, and I was like, honestly, this is preferred. I have a better view, and I don't have to be around a bunch of, like, loud, instruments.
Blow your
people.
eardrums out.
So I was fine. I was honestly happier there than that.
You had to be
section.
a pretty diehard fan to sit in that section too.
And it's just crazy that
Like
it's like
that's not like a slight towards anybody.
Yeah.
But like it's difficult to get into a sport
Right.
that like.
But I just can't believe that they would oversell it. That they're like, there was tons of people around the whole perimeter standing.
Of that section.
That I'm assuming we're in that section, that had tickets for that
yeah.
section. It's like, why are you overselling it? That just seems stupid. Unless
You gotta get there early enough. You gotta show that you're the biggest fan of all time.
I guess, but don't sell more than you can fit. You know. But anyways, I just thought that was crazy.
It's like a plane. They sell it too much on purpose because they know some people may not show up.
That's true. But that's a whole fucked system, even more than,
even more
than a soccer game.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But we had a great view. Literally, as we were looking for a place to stand, we missed the first goal. I just heard it and then turned around, and it had already happened. And I was like, well, that might be the only goal we'll see tonight.
Yeah.
And we didn't even see it. But thankfully, down by that section, during the second half, they switched so that goal was on this side now.
Mm-hmm. You follow the team around.
We followed them around. And I got a perfect view of the second goal, like 100 feet away from me, just watched it happen. And it was crazy because it was like, I did put a clip in here. I'm not recording my screen yet.
Where the fuck is QuickTime?
Who is QuickTime and what is she doing? I'm going to show it real quick. This is from the St. Louis City FC, so you can watch
St. Louis City FC.
Can I full screen this? I can't. That's okay.
And Ilinich taken back by St. Louis. This is Pompeo. Plays it ahead. Adeniran. Go!
Just like nutty. I'll see if they'll do a close up.
And they got you in the background.
Yeah.
Adeniran, second of the year, and it's all St. Louis City now.
I don't know if they'll show.
And that was the section you were going to be in.
Yeah, this is the section I was going to be in. I don't know if they'll show a close up of it, but it was like I had the view from like not the corner he was kicking from, but the one he was kicking towards.
Yeah.
And like you couldn't even see the gap he hit. It was so tiny. And he just like perfect. It was amazing. It was like that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I got to just like clear shot view of it. Like it was nuts.
You're like, hell yeah.
It was amazing.
Worth every penny.
Yeah, and like a goal in soccer is like a huge deal.
Yeah.
And it just the stadium loses their shit.
Which is why it sucked so much for that one game that we went to where it was 0-0.
Where it was 0-0. But we ended up
even
winning.
in overtime.
Yeah, it went
and penalty.
And penalty. It ended up being 2-0. We won this game
against New York City.
And apparently that was like our best game so far this year because everybody was like, and I only knew that because everybody was texting me after and they were like, it was a great game. What? It was a great game. And I was like, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I was
but
there.
Then they were like, it was, they'd kind of been playing like shit up until now. So, but they were playing really well. It was great. So now I'm a soccer fan. I got my soccer shoes on. I'm about to go play in the alleyway afterwards.
I'm happy for you, man.
I just love football, man.
Big footballer.
Big footy.
Why don't you tell your set story? I'm going to do some deep dive into the NBA.
Do you want me to do that real quick?
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny. It was something Gavin and I were talking before about.
Which we normally don't.
We normally don't talk much. We kind of just like get together and then just kind of like
do the show and then leave.
It's a lot of like groaning and grunting when we first get down here.
Yep.
But I've been working out. I've been working out for a while, but like never really knew what I was doing. And your brother, in front of the show, Spencer, who I just mentioned, have been training me because they both want to do that. And just like general training, not for anything.
Yeah, you're training for your pickleball tournament.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm kind of like catering it towards like stuff that would help me with disc golf, but it's, I mean, come
on.
It's not like disc golf specific workouts or anything. But yeah, so they've been training me and our friend Spencer at his place of residence, him and your brother have built a gym in their old garage, which they call the Shed. Check out the Shed on social media. I think it's like the Shed Athletics or something. I think they've talked about it on the show before too, but just to give a shout out. But we've been working out there, and there's no restroom outside there, and I don't want to, sometimes Spencer isn't working out with us, so sometimes it's just Sean and I, so I'm not going to ask if I can go in and use their restroom. And I have a pretty small bladder, so it liquids just kind of run right through me. A nervous bladder, I should say. And so one time it was actually Spencer and I working out, so he could have let me in, but that's not my business. I don't know. I don't know.
Sure, man.
Yeah. So, we usually just go take a piss, just piss, not two.
In the bushes.
It's not really bushes. And that's the other problem too, is it's
fence.
Yeah. It's right by the, kind of like there's like a corner where the door blocks you in with the fence and the wall of the shed. And you just kind of, do it there on the ground. It's just men pissing outside. It's not like we want to do it, but it's like if you got to do it.
It's all coming from the earth anyway.
Yeah, it comes from whence it came.
Right.
And so I was like, I got to pee. I got to go. And so I went out there, and I don't enjoy peeing outside. I get very uncomfortable about it because there's like a road and then there's an alleyway right by, so I'm just like, before I do it, I'm just like, I just do this.
Yeah, you're asking for a public.
I am. There's another reason that it makes it even worse too, but I'm not gonna say what it is because not because of me or anything. It's just I don't. It's hard to explain. But
without geolocating.
Without giving anything away. But I'm like nervously peeing, and I'm like, while I'm doing it, I'm like looking around.
You're like a dog.
Yeah. Cause I'm literally like, I just don't want anybody running up and being like, what is this guy doing? And so I finish up, shake the dew off the lily, and I walk back into the shed, finish up the workout. It's near the end of the workout.
And Spencer filmed you peeing.
And he filmed my piss. And I'm doing these things called clamshells, which are like side planks, and you like lift your leg up while you do it. They're really hard. And it was kind of a warmer day, and Spencer points at my crotch region.
Your calico cut pants, right?
And he goes, "Man, your crotch is sweaty." And I like look down while I was doing it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess it is."
Whatever. Man.
I was like, "That's kind of weird." So I get done, and I'm like, I touch it. Cause it's like this huge wet spot on my crotch, like massive wet spot. And I'm like touching it, and I'm like, I just look at him and I'm like, that's piss. I was like, I peed all over my shorts, like a lot.
Because you weren't looking.
Yeah, because I wasn't paying attention. And these shorts are kind of like baggy, so they just kind of like, they kind of bagged up a little bit. So it wasn't on purpose. It's just because I wasn't paying attention. So I had to finish the workout with like piss pants.
Well, that's not the worst, I guess.
And then I was telling why I brought this up is because we were talking about weird fetishes before the show.
Yeah.
And I was saying that I did it on purpose because I'm into being humiliated.
Yeah.
So I just like to piss my pants during a workout.
Aww.
Oh, it looks like I peed myself again.
Uh-oh.
So I just thought it was funny because I more or less pissed myself.
Congrats, man. It's a big step.
It's something I've been working on.
Yeah, it's
working on trying to get
better. You're working
at.
on your confidence.
Yeah, so I'm just, I just will walk into a grocery store with piss-soaked jeans. I do get thrown out.
That was not calico cut pants.
No, it wasn't.
No, those were not calico cut pants.
No, there's no saving me from that.
Saving that. So did you throw out those shorts, or you just wash them?
Just wash them. They're fine. I wore them today.
And pissing them again.
Well, I haven't washed them yet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I let them dry first.
I let them sit in my hamper till I'm ready for my next load.
I wrung them out into a glass
and drank it.
What do you think is in the Dr. Pepper?
Jesus.
So tell me about this. Tell me about someone who's getting doxxed.
So there's this Twitter personality. One thing about sports Twitter is that they glom onto really negative things really easily.
Sounds about right.
That's especially on NBA Twitter. NBA Twitter loves tweets about negative things about players that are doing well.
Yeah.
So if a player has a bad performance, this account called Brick Muse, there's these accounts called something Muse. It's based off this one big account called Stats Muse. So you have like Timberwolves Muse, Thunder Muse, Bucks Muse. You got like individual players Muse. If some players are like LeBron Muse or
yeah,
they
and
got,
it is what a muse is.
Yeah.
It's like what is a muse? It's like what you want to be or something. It's like a figurative thing that that isn't you, but it's like it could be.
She is my muse or something. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. But anyway, it's really weird saying all these Muse. But there's this thing called Brick Muse, which is not associated with the Stats Muse accounts, but they were parodying it because they're like, oh, see, look. And Stats Muse usually posts positive stats, like, oh, this player went off last night, 73 points for Luka Doncic on, this shooting splits and first time in NBA history, blah, 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 blah. So this one posts anytime someone has a historically bad night.
Okay, that's
funny. And it's funny.
Oh, Brick Muse.
Yeah, Brick Muse. Yeah, like they're throwing up bricks and they're not hitting. So this guy had been tweeting for a long time, seemingly about whatever he wanted, but in the last year or so since Elon Musk took over, he gained a lot of following and a big prevalence on NBA Twitter.
Because of Elon?
Because he bought the blue check and you look official, you just get pumped views all the time. So, especially if it was sports related and then you have a whole bunch of sports pages interacting with sports stuff, it just gets put in the sports algorithm.
Yeah. So,
a lot of people were seeing it. He replied to a lot of stuff, and that's one thing to get following on Twitter is just to reply a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, he got really popular, and I guess thought he was kind of hot shit this past weekend. And if there's one joke that is kind of sickening to me, and it's kind of annoying at this point on NBA Twitter, but it's that Scotty Barnes is autistic. That's a joke.
I remember you telling me about
and
that.
It's kind of annoying. It's kind of cringe now. And it was even this past weekend, but it started out as like a small joke in the Raptors community where they're like, why is he doing that? It's kind of odd.
Yeah.
But it's like they're just making fun of him because he does things like not traditionally. Like he's goofy. He's a little bit goofier.
It's played out and becoming not funny
Yeah, it's
anymore.
not funny anymore. So Brick Muse, he tweeted out an ad for a t-shirt that's like one of those like an Allen Iverson like rap t-shirt or like a LeBron rap t-shirt. Karl Anthony Towns, they have like some like Timberwolves ones and stuff like that I've seen advertised to me. But he posted Scotty Barnes autistic shirt and it had like cutouts of his face and stuff like that, and it said #ad. And
cool.
If there's one thing about Toronto, it's that the Raptors don't just represent Toronto, they represent all of Canada.
Yeah, right.
So because that's the only Canadian team. So and if there's one thing that I've learned is to absolutely not fuck with Scotty Barnes fans.
Oh,
the Scotty Barnes fan club. They literally found this guy on LinkedIn and found like everything he's worked on, everything he's worked for, everything. And they put and they're like I don't remember his full name, but it was everybody's just making fun of him now. So if you see this picture of a LinkedIn profile, it's that guy.
It's that guy.
So we got doxxed this weekend because he posted that and then locked his account and deleted all the tweets and stuff like that. Damn. Yeah, so it's like he got too close to the sun with the negativity stuff.
Yeah.
He should have just kept posting negative stuff and it would have like thrived. But he did originally start out it started out as like a different username. But he did genuinely want to become like part of the NBA community. Genuinely, like he wrote articles and Medium articles and stuff like that. I like generally had like a pretty good sports take on stuff, but realized how lucrative being in a negative sports business was.
Yeah.
But essentially, he kind of like blackballed himself from the league because there's one thing the NBA doesn't like. It's like promoting bad stuff, like promoting someone being bad at it. So he kind of shot himself in the foot multiple times over. But then this added to it, and it's like, all right, call it there, man.
Yeah, I mean, doxing is never okay, but,
If you got a whole country coming after you, you're kind of asking for it.
Yeah, I don't ever want to say there's a doxing that's deserved. I don't think this was deserved, but
I think it was mainly. I don't even think it was like a doxing. I think it was just like a LinkedIn page that someone posted.
If it's not addresses,
it wasn't address. It was just like this is who he is.
Yeah,
because he never posted who he looked like, who he was.
Right.
It was all behind a guise of an anonymous account.
Yeah, because I think there's a certain amount of doxing, like you can even call like digging up
Like an old photo of
or like an old account from someone else.
Like that.
Like that's even like
Timothée Chalamet, Xbox controller stuff.
Yeah, like it's not doxing, but you are like I could look up the definition and maybe it would be, but it's like
You're
it's
just kind of
finding
like taking the
someone's
mask off, revealing who he is,
revealing who they are, like showing things about them that maybe they didn't want people to see, but obviously it's out there, so you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's just the LinkedIn thing, then
it
I
was
think
just a
that's
LinkedIn, and it was crazy because he
deserved.
posted the brick, like he was like Brick Muse founder as like one of his like achievements, and so basically he was asking for it.
Yeah, he was asking for it. Then it's not even a dox at that point.
He
You're
doxed
just like,
himself.
you put it out there. Yeah, exactly.
So that was funny that happened this weekend. So now everybody's clowning on him, and it was kind of interesting to watch the NBA Twitter immediately like turn off all of the Scotty Barnes is autistic talk, because it's just kind of ableist, and it's just kind of like it's not funny, and it was played out and it was never funny. Like it's just kind of he's odd. All right, there's oddballs in the NBA. He's not as bad as
too far.
Yeah, he's not as bad as like Dennis Rodman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not taking breaks to go gamble for a weekend.
Right.
But
we're not showing up because he's in the WWE.
Exactly. That too. I forgot about that.
That did actually happen.
That actually happened. So the other thing that happened over on my side of Wolves Twitter.
More NBA Twitter talk.
Some more NBA Twitter talk. So the Minnesota Timberwolves for the past month or even longer have held the first place in the Western Conference standings. It's a big deal because they haven't held it that long before. They've never held it on that long before. They've never been that good for that long before. So it's a really big achievement. Timberwolves fans kind of don't know how to act about it.
Yeah.
And if there's one team that we're competing with both in the standings and also on Twitter, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder.
What the fuck?
So we lost, we as in the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves lost 3 games in a row. So they dropped down to second in the standings. And the very next day, the NBA Twitter posts, and I won't record my screen here, but you can go look it up.
Yeah.
If you look up Thunder Hold On Rise Up at NBA, that comes up. They literally posted a whole essay about how the Thunder got to this point, which is crazy.
A day after
they got there, and then they lose this game,
and then they're off.
And then they lose this game, and the Timberwolves win, so the Timberwolves go back up.
Are they still back up?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So then the NBA tweeted a follow up and did a small essay on the Timberwolves, and everybody and the Wolves Twitter was like bullying works. Yeah. Because even the Wolves Timberwolves official account, they tweeted something like it was like, hope the NBA admin is writing the essay this morning.
That's pretty good.
And it's like, all they said was, updated West standings, Timberwolves return to the top seed in the West. And people weren't.
Yeah, it's weird because I feel like the Thunder were on top more recently.
Yeah, no, they were.
The Wolves were. We're talking about with Kevin Durant and shit like that.
No, exactly. They've made it to the finals before.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like the first time, and it's not like the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Like they were.
Yeah, and the Nuggets are in third, and ultimately they may end up being first anyway. It's all they're all like a half game behind each other. It doesn't matter.
But we got to get our essay.
Exactly. Where's our essay? So the Timberwolves bullied them, and everybody in the Timberwolves community were bullying them, and they posted this clip of of Mike Conley being like, yeah, I know. I did that. So that was fun. So that was just a fun little thing on Twitter that happened in my corner of the internet.
Your corner of
it. Yeah.
Oh, what's that music for? Seems like something.
Is there
something exciting?
What's going on over there, man?
Oh, I think we got some exciting news. Breaking news from a week ago. This just in: Senator Mitch McConnell will step down as Republican leader at the end of the year, and we're so sad to see him go, but we love to watch him walk away or crawl away. Poor guy. Yeah,
this is how he sounds walking away.
Our bipartisan leadership in the Senate would not stand anymore because I will be stepping down at the end of this year as the Republican majority leader. I've never quite understood how they even got into it, but one of the crazy parts is I don't even really like being here that much. I'd rather be at home watching Matlock reruns and chilling with my dog Sparkle. But anyway.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell announced that he'll be stepping down. Now, that's the good news, of course.
The bad news is his successor that might be coming in.
That is true. That wasn't even the bad news yet. The bad news is that, but to even add on top of that, he will not leave the Senate. He would finish out. McConnell suggests he would finish out his term as senator, which ends in January of 2027.
Damn.
So he's stepping down, but he's not going anywhere, Gavin.
So he's just not rerunning.
Well, yeah, because he's not rerunning. Well, I mean, he's only 82.
Jesus,
right?
fucking
Isn't
Christ.
he 82?
That's insane.
Hold on, wait. No, it says his age. It says his age at the beginning, which I really liked. Didn't it? I swear to God, it said
He is 82. He's 82.
Yeah. I thought I was
damn.
about to give them props because, maybe they changed it. But at one point I saw that they put his age at the beginning, which I was like, I like that. Yeah. So, Senate Minority Whip John Thune.
All right. John Thune.
Thune is supposed to be is his name Whip?
No, that's what they call it. That's like a position.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Am I reading this weird?
No, that's like, no, yeah.
I was like, why would they put his middle name and why his first name
it's just
Whip?
a Senate Minority Whip.
Senate, okay. Yeah.
Because they're not the majority.
He's the whip.
Yeah. He's like second in command for the Senate majority.
I see.
Or second minority.
Yeah, he's the favorite to replace McConnell.
Sure.
Even J.D. Vance.
Advanced refrigeration.
One thing I thought was funny in
myself
here
for that.
is that, Mitt Romney said, yeah, he's 82 years old and decided it's time to pass on the baton to the next generation. That's something I've been saying for a long time, and I've made the decision to myself, even though I'm a spry 76. Mitt Romney is 76.
Yeah, he looks great.
He looks really good. There's something about that Mormon glaze.
That Mormon blaze.
I gotta get on that shit.
Has something to do with probably not drinking alcohol. I don't know though.
Another one that I thought was funny is that shout out to Missouri Senator Josh Hawley, who's not a fan of McConnell, was even critical of his age. Was even like, why wait so long to leave? Was like critical of that, which I think is funny. That
well, I mean, because everybody who
but he's definitely a Trumper, right?
Yeah.
Hawley?
Oh my God, yeah. He was the guy that like
you never know. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
No, he was.
I'm
he was one of the guys
is.
who like tried to push for them to vote to get rid of the vote or to get rid to like reestablish the vote or whatever.
Yeah. So I just thought that was funny. Those two were both happy about it because of his age, and I'm like, y'all are looking in the wrong places. And I like that Romney's like, I'm a spry 76.
That's a joke.
For sure, but it's also like what he said he was being serious about. So, I don't know, whatever. Bye, McConnell, though. We'll definitely not be missing you, and that's for sure.
Well.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
We can't say that yet. We can say that. We can say that about dying Feinstein.
Yeah.
But not McConnell.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Can't
win it all.
Probably soon, though. I'd have to guess. I don't know anything. I'm just saying in Minecraft.
Well, it's like, it's just one of those things where, it's just one of those things where you're like, I think once you retire from things too, it feels like people die immediately after they retire. Not like in baseball or sports or something like that, but like teachers, like they retire and then
He'll be 86 in 2027, right? Or 80.
It'd be 3 years from now, so he'd be 85.
Unless he probably hasn't his birthday.
Well, he
yet.
has his birthday yet, so he might be
86.
Yeah.
Which, when did my grandpa die? Was he 87?
Well,
or 88?
It said it was born 1942, so he'd be.
Oh.
Yeah, he'd be 85.
Okay. My grandpa was born.
That's crazy
35.
though. Imagine being 85 and still having a seat on the Senate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah. I always like the things where people were especially about Biden, were like Biden was born before these things were invented.
Yeah. Someone joked that Biden's dad was born like during the Civil War or something like that, and they're like, that is just not true.
No. I don't think the math on that one works out. But yeah, I mean, but McConnell's parents were born in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not. No, maybe
Nah,
early
probably
1910s.
not. Because then they would have been in their 40s when they had him.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Anyways, it doesn't even matter at all because we're moving on. Oh, shit. Shit. Hold on. We're going to listen to this whole thing. Where is it? Look what I found, a segment I do every once in a while where I find something, I show it to Gavin in the audience because I think it's interesting.
Are you recording?
I certainly am. So this one, I'm going to pull it up here real quick. So this is, these are both very short, and I just thought they were interesting. They're both, funny enough, have to do with Instagram posts, an app I frequent more than anything. So this is
sad than anything.
So this is an account called crownrap.tv. Have you ever heard of this app, Gavin?
What, Instagram?
No, crownrap.tv. Have you heard of this Instagram account?
No.
So my understanding of it is that it's a bot farmed
I've heard of
rap.
No, wait, actually I have heard of Rap TV.
Crown Rap TV?
Oh no, not Crown Rap. No, I've heard of what, you can't spell crap without Rap TV.
Exactly, and that's all it is anyways. They're what I can tell, and this is allegedly, I don't know anything, it's all in Minecraft, is that they're a bot farmed rap promotion Instagram account. Because they have a lot of likes on their posts, but you'll soon see why that doesn't really make any sense because their posts don't make any sense.
Oh, perfect.
And a lot of the comments are
like
kind of the same thing. I don't think so. I think it's more, I think it's AI run, but I have a few, to me it seems like a bit of broken English.
Okay.
And they reuse the same terms a lot.
I thought that was like a thing that happened a while ago that like someone had found out that one of the like Rap TV or something like that, one of the hood clips or whatever was run by like an Indian guy and he was regularly saying the N-word. I thought that was like a thing a while ago.
Shit, maybe. This is complete. There's no N-words on any of this stuff.
Really? Okay.
But it's a lot of rappers.
Not since that last
rappers or hip hop artists that you've never heard of. So I think what they do, and this has been proven, this has happened on other. This hasn't been proven specifically on this account that I know, but yeah, they pay to be promoted on this account, which I don't know why you would, because it's really fucking bad. So I found out about this because one of my favorite rap hip hop artists. Don't read any of it yet. Please wait to read it. One of my favorite rap hip hop artists at the moment. I said it wrong before. I want to make sure I say it right now. 22Gs.
That's really what it is.
Yeah, it's 22Gs. I had to look it up and I can never remember it, but that is for sure what it is. 22Gs. It's a picture of him, and it was when his new song came out. And the post reads, 22Gs is heating up the scene with Is Lettuce track Shoot for Fun.
Yep.
So they meant to put his and they put is, and they meant to put latest and they said lettuce.
Lettuce track.
And you'll see people say like lettuce in the comments, and then there's other ones just being like, up next, the biggest, this goes crazy, this so hard ash. And then it's a bunch of
hard as hell, dude. Fuck you.
So the description reads, unleash the vibes. 22G's official newest single, Shoot for Fun, is here to rock your world. Click the link in bio and feel the beat.
Wow.
So we'll go to another one. Q Garsons, this was posted 10 hours ago, is heating up the scene with Is Lettuce. Latest. They spelled latest right.
There we go.
But they can't spell his.
With a track.
Unleash your inner vibe with at Neighborhood Shakespeare. New Balance, the perfect soundtrack for your adventure. Remember, these are like 22Gs is like a New York drill artist, was like was selling drugs, like a hard ass rapper.
Yeah.
And they're saying like, enjoy feel the beat.
Feel the
Why would you pay for this?
Feel
Why would
the
your
beat
people
with-
pay for this?
Feel the beat with 2 G's.
Okay, this one they spelled it right. Court Saint Baby is definitely giving the game a breath of fresh air with his latest track,
Hey,
DJ.
fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
Shame on lettuce.
Fool
Is
me 3
lettuce.
times. Fool me is with his lettuce.
Court Saint Baby is definitely giving the game a breath of fresh air with his latest track. Wow, they spelled it all right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
really odd to
So they're
read
figuring it
something.
out now.
Yeah, they're getting it. They're with it now, Carson. You just
They are now. They weren't. They
2 weeks
weren't
ago.
No,
Or
they
a week
weren't
ago.
a day ago. Because
a
let's
whole
see.
day.
Because his latest was 10 hours ago.
Uh-huh.
But then this one was 23 minutes ago.
Wow,
So
so
they
they've-
just figured it out. This actually might be breaking
During
news
the
right now.
During the show, they figured it out.
During the show, they might have just figured it out.
That's huge. Big news coming up out of here from Crown Rap TV.
So then we go back to 3
Theo
days
is hitting
ago.
up the scene with his latest track, "Be My Love."
Dive into the mesmerizing vibes of Theo Pitt's latest hit, Be My Love. Let the music take you on a journey. Heart. Let's go back a little bit. I don't remember any of the really funny ones, but there was like there was ones that were just like, what am I even like looking at?
So you follow this
here?
account now, right?
No. No,
What?
I don't.
I feel like they post so much.
They do. I mean, that's the thing.
That would
is,
like flood your feed.
and they post just
Wow, it's a
just
lot.
a lot
Wow,
of stuff.
it's a lot of the same format too. They have not switched it
Yeah.
up in months.
It apparently works for them. Was this one? Cheo Nash comes with another new song. Let's go, that link in bio. Ah,
geez.
jeez. Yeah. Comes with another track, new song. Let's go, that link in bio. And they just repeat the same thing pretty much. Comes with a new song. Let's go, that link in bio. Yeah, they always talk about the link in bio. And then they it's just like very much AI.
Lincoln Bio, wasn't that our 16th president?
Yeah, it was.
Abraham Lincoln Bio
He got shot in the head, I heard.
with a Giat,
By James Earl Ray.
James Ray Rice.
Anyways, I could keep going through these. I mean, they're all really funny. Oh, here's another one.
Humble
Humble
G's.
G's official music video out now. What you think about it? Lockdown. Link in bio. Let's run it up the comments. Yeah, it's just very funny. Oh yeah, and then
Whoa.
so then I found. I think they were just like trying to boost their account because this is all they posted. There's this
Wow.
like just keeps going, and then there's this guy, but these don't say anything. I think it's just the show that they had a bunch of posts, and they just like delete them after the contract runs out. If I had to guess,
That's
so
crazy.
it's just to be like, no, we have a lot of.
See, look, we've been
people.
posting for a long time. That's what that is too. It's like, see, look, we've been posting for a long time.
Right.
We didn't buy our followers.
We didn't do that. People love us.
Look at the comments. See, they say they love us.
VVC
went crazy on this song. Let's go, that link in bio up from here.
It's very
One comment.
Anyways, I could keep looking through them. They're really funny. So that was funny. And then yesterday morning or 2 days ago in the morning, I woke up and I saw another thing on Instagram. Now, you and I are some sneaker boys. We like our shoes. Not as much as we used to, but we're both wearing Adidas today. And I still follow some sneaker accounts. I'm slowly unfollowing quite a few of them. But
I think
this
the only one I'll
one,
follow from here on out is probably like Complex because they post like the hypest of hype stuff that I don't really need to hear about.
so this account drops info that I follow. They don't post too often, I don't think, but and they usually just kind of post. They used to just post like this shoe is coming out then, but like I don't even know if they really do that anymore. But anyways, this just kind of like caught my eye, and maybe you'll know what this is because you're on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I go there to post stuff to see kind of what's trending, to figure out ideas, and that's all I do. I have no desire to sit and scroll that app at all. So maybe this is a known thing. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it is because it's the first time I'm hearing about this, and I feel like I would have said something about it before. But Drops Info posted this. It's a long post, so I'll probably read it and then we can watch it. But there's a text above this video that says shady Chinese rep.
That was me last week, man. I
Dick
feel you.
Cheney shady Chinese rep sneaker seller. Rep just means What does rep mean?
Replica.
Replica. Thank you. Sneaker seller uses a fake black male to sell sneakers because blacks equals sneaker culture. That's what they said on the post. So we'll go and watch it, and then I'll read the thing.
Just follow me. Let me share for you next one. Thank you, everyone. Stay here with me. Okay, honey, if you like it, you can take screenshots. They are very good quality and very low price. Thank you, everyone. Stay here with me. Thank you, my honey.
Look at his hands.
Okay, 54. Very, very cool.
Oh,
honey,
no.
Are you already follow
Yeah.
my brother, Kenya?
Yeah.
Are you already follow me?
Oh no.
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
54. Just follow me. Let me share
Yep.
for you next.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's wearing
dude.
like a random black man's face as a mask, like straight up like Texas Chainsaw Massacre skin mask. Like I did what you did at first. I was like, yeah, there's just a guy. I'm like, I don't really. Is he black? And then I was like, oh, that's a mask.
That's crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
So this goes into a little bit more detail from Drops Infos with an S on Instagram. If you didn't know, on Shiny's TikTok, people are not even grifting, but literally scripting their video, pretending they listed an item at a wrong price, heavily exaggerating the effect of products, making literally 100 plus accounts. Yes, 100 plus accounts. Mass producing videos, faking to live streams with pre-recorded videos and AI live streams just to squeeze money out of people's pockets with lies. We are now starting to see this strategy on TikTok, where if you see a TikTok shop video, they are lying, manipulating into buying items. If you believe anything that's coming out of these TikTok shop creators' mouth, where their sole motive is to sell you things and earn commission, you're the method. You've probably seen the people flexing the money they made from lying on TikTok shop by now.
I have
Personally bought the oil pumping water, and they did not work at all, unlike what those TikTok shop affiliate creators are claiming. I don't know what that's about, but that's like a personal thing. But yeah, I see a lot of people being like, they like pre-record these and they put them out, and they're not even really responding to anything, and they like have all these fake, but yeah, they're selling fake shoes and like acting like it's real, and then they're using a fake black man to help sell them.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy, and it's definitely racist, and it's definitely just like a cultural, not realizing the culture of what's going on. And this has happened before, especially in Asian countries, where they don't know the black struggle and the blackface. They don't know that that's, a lot of them don't know that that's wrong to do, because they really don't have black people in
I actually
Asia.
heard a recent someone who's an American, an expat, I guess, living in France. They will be out at cafes and stuff like that, and they say that they hear unfiltered, like unradio edited songs with like explicit lyrics. So like all of the fucks and shits that they normally like take out of like rap songs or pop songs or whatever, they play that out loud because they don't know what it means. But they also say the N-word very strongly over there. Not hard R, but soft.
Yeah.
And they say it proudly and loudly because they don't know what the word is or like what it means.
And they definitely have more black people than Asian countries do.
Yeah. So it's like that one of the Americans was like, don't say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's like I said, it's obviously racist. I'm not trying to give them any sort of leeway on it, but it is just like a cultural not understanding it. And these are already like fuck these people, because they're already shitty people doing shitty things. And and again, we don't know the background of that too. It could be something where they're coaxed into doing it. They might not want to do it, but someone is making them or whatever.
Right.
So we don't know the full backstory, but it's gross and it's
manipulative,
obviously not okay, and manipulative and
terrible. All racist.
Yeah. But I had not heard anything about
didn't know.
that.
I didn't even see that. No, I didn't even. I've seen the TikTok stuff, the TikTok shop stuff, because there's a guy that me and Sean follow that like kind of like busts them. He like records them.
Cool.
And he's like, yeah, dude, like he's like, whatever they're showing is like a total fucking scam. Like,
I think you told me about
this. Yeah, he's really cool. He's very interesting. He's really good at he's really well spoken and really gets to the point of what they're trying to sell.
Yeah.
But he noticed that like this guy is flexing all this commission money that he's making. He's like, oh, I made like 2.3 million sales in the last month. I earned $80,000 this month. What are you doing? You know, blah blah. This is how you get your TikTok shop to be popping. And then he's like, why are you not? He's like, this is clearly like someone else's shop that you're running, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you have an account with 2 million followers and you don't have a TikTok shop set up, and you're not even promoting your own shop.
Right.
You're promoting someone else's and promoting how much you could make on it.
And it's like hey, I'll pay you if you.
Yeah.
promote this
No,
thing.
it is. Yeah. And it's like, it's a lot of like, it's a lot of that on TikTok. It's a lot of get rich quick stuff that this guy is like debunking, or like, you know, telling people like, don't buy into it, or
Right.
he'll like check the comments, and all the comments are just like links to that guy's website or whatever. So
Oh shit, we probably should restart the camera.
no, I did.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was zoned out.
That's when I get my soda.
Oh, right. Okay. I remember you only.
I got
getting
my
up one.
thoughty.
You got up twice?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yep. I'm a sneaky man. I watch the time.
Yeah, I mean TikTok is just so fucked and so unregulated, and it's so funny because I've been like nonstop, didn't really understand what it was, but nonstop getting emails. Start a TikTok shop. And I was like, I don't even know what this means or how that works. I'm not going to. I don't even know what it means. So I had no idea even the shop things were going on or how that worked, let alone it's all just people selling fake shit, which makes sense. I mean, like it's like, it's so fucked up how smart it is, because it's like there's so many young people, especially kids on TikTok, and they're like marketing them this like shit, this bullshit, or fake sneakers. You know, they want to get these sneakers, but they can't afford them, and they see them, whoa, only like $50 for these Jordans I wanted. That's crazy. Like,
well,
it's so manipulative and fucked up, and it's not regulated, and it sucks that it's not.
And the crazy part was, I always saw this is whenever the TikTok shop first came out, or whenever the fact that you could sell your own product on your own TikTok page, before TikTok shop, I guess, per se, but you would have your own shop set up on your own profile without it having a whole separate page, because they have like a whole separate, like, you know, For You page for shop stuff.
I see.
Because they also have one for STEM too, so there's that, I guess. But whenever it was just TikTok shop on your page, it was a lot of people posing at, like, a lot of literal posers posing as entrepreneurs about this invention that they made, and made this whole story and all this, and a lot of them reused the same story or very similar stories, and it was just drop shipping. Essentially, it was just drop shipping. And this guy, who we also followed, would say like, this is like literally drop shipping. Like, you can go find this right now on AliExpress, like right now, for like 13 cents.
I just can't believe, if you fall for the drop shipping stuff, you're just so, I'm sorry, you're so stupid.
And it's
so dumb if you fall for that.
A lot I could say about it.
Sorry to be so blunt about it, but
there's
like,
a lot I could say about it, especially because, like,
I get it. I'll be your speaker.
Yeah. Especially,
I'm
just
not
'cause it's
speaking
like,
for Gavin. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
I don't
Totally agree. There's a lot of interesting characters out there willing to make a quick buck.
Well, and it's like drop shipping is so old.
It's been
and
around
people
for
are
like
still,
10 years.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably been around for even longer. But it's like now
it's super accessible.
Been
It's like,
marketed for at least 10 years.
And that was what like someone. This is a crazy like tangent here, but I used to work with someone who knew a guy who drop shipped and made like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And then did tax fraud, and then got caught for tax fraud.
Yeah,
So, I mean, like, it's crazy because he was just drop shipping and making a shitload of money.
Right.
And literally, like, would buy his friends stuff whenever they wanted. He's like, "What do you want?" And
But
would ship it.
But really, all he's doing is just scamming people.
Yeah,
Because that's
essentially
really
that's what it is.
Drop shipping is at the end of the day.
It's cheap shit for a lot more money than what they're buying it for. Huge profit margins.
Yeah, and it's it's sad. It's sad. Like, I always say these things. I call people stupid for doing it, and then at the end of the day, I'm just like, it's just sad.
Yeah,
it's just sad that people fall for this stuff so easily. But anyways, we'll pass this week's Next Door drama on to next week.
Yeah.
I think we'll save it because I just got to get out of here. I hate doing this show so much.
I gotta get out of here.
I just got to get out of here. So we're gonna move into our right. We're moving into our final segment. Yeah, that's all we had. Moving into our final segment of today's show called "Whatcha Listening To," where Gavin and I recommend an album, artist, or song to each other and to the audience of what we've been listening to in the past week. Gavin, if you need me to go first, I'm all ready to go. Unless you got something.
I've got it. This week I'm listening to "Gratisfaction" by The Strokes. It's a song off their 2011 album, Angles. It's a song. It's kind of always been in my playlist for a long time, and same thing goes for "Taken for a Fool" off this. I'm just gonna recommend this whole album. Fuck it. I don't think I've done it before. Maybe I have. If I am, I don't know.
Let me see the cover. I will only know if I've seen the. Maybe
I have. It might have been a long time ago.
It looks
though.
familiar.
Might have been at least a year and a half
double
ago.
Up. We've
But
been
this
doing this
is
long
something
enough
that
we can
it's a
double.
crazy good, and I also was able to guess it last week.
Here we go.
We were playing. I was at a bar with my friend. And I was playing Human Shazam because it's crazy. Because that guy literally played every single song that came on. I knew the name of the artist or at least the title of the song.
What bar were you at?
I Tap in Soulard.
Okay.
It was crazy. I was literally like, dude, this is my playlist. Like, he's literally like, no joke. It was literally like St. Vincent, Cage the Elephant, Queens of the Stone Age, Strokes, Cage the Elephant again, Black Keys. It was nuts. I was like, what the hell is going on?
That was just like when they played Willow after Howard the Duck, and I was literally thinking of the actor from Willow at that bar. It's the same thing.
Same
It's
thing.
the same thing, but for movie buffs.
Same thing. Sorry, I got an email that I got an email that we got our rotations for next year.
Oh.
So I'm going to be deep diving into that. Not like on the
show.
show, but after this.
Well, why don't you just go into it?
Well, you know what? That's going to be a long
yourself. That's very exciting. You should. Will you be able to talk about it at all next week at all?
time. Yeah, I'll be able to talk about it, but I probably
you're
won't
able
share
to.
too much.
Yeah. But that is exciting.
My heart dropped. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, holy shit.
Oh yeah,
what was that email?
I'm gonna let's wrap this up so we can get out of here because I want you to read it and I'm curious to know about it. Lots of great music coming out right now, thankfully, but I'm actually taking a step back into the past, recommending something a little bit older. You got what you wanted?
I got one, baby.
Okay.
I got one. I'm going to Washington State, baby.
Oh shit! When?
In November. Oh, for my birthday.
What?
For my birthday.
For how long?
For 6 weeks or a month. 5
And is that
weeks.
confirmed?
Confirmed right there.
Okay, that's exciting.
That's huge.
Do you know? Can you say where in Washington State?
Yakima.
Okay, that's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold.
That's fucking
what
exciting.
show mentions Yakima?
And I'm off for Mod 9 or Mod 7.
I don't know what that means.
Exactly. But I'm off for Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
That's really cool.
Okay. Real quick. Yeah. So a lot of great music. I'm recommending something a little older. I wanted to recommend this last week, but then the Knocked Loose song came out. But it's good because I was just going to recommend a song off this album, but I've dove deep into this album and I fucking love it. It's a band that I think is extremely underrated, but maybe they're bad people. I don't know. I think they seem like good people. Just some of the songs I'm like, I should probably look into the lyrics of this a little bit more, but I love them. I think they're great. This album's fantastic. It's from the band Heart of a Coward. They're a metalcore. They're a djent metalcore band, which I'm not super into djent.
Yeah, I'm pretty
stuff.
sure you told me that.
Yeah, there's a band that I absolutely hated.
But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, but I don't think this band sounds anything like that at all. At least this album. I listened to some of their new album and I liked it, but I'm recommending their 2013 album, Severance, not the TV show. And
or
it's
book.
And it's so good. It's just super heavy and way ahead of its time, and it's just so good. And they have a couple live songs on this version of the album that are just like, they sound amazing live. I want to go see them. And again, they seem smaller, from the UK. UK. Couple songs to just shout out from this album. Dead Weight is amazing. Mirrors is amazing. Desensitized, that's where I start to go, I should probably read the lyrics of this. Why is it called Desensitized? Fucking so good. Sorry if
is that one of the titles of the song? Is fucking so
fucking
good?
so good. No, I was just thinking. I was thinking about what I'm gonna do to myself later.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a great album. Again, I think
check it out.
They seem like good people. I don't know. It's just I'm always weary whenever it's like when
A band
I find
you've never heard of.
I've never
someone
heard
small.
of, and they're smaller, and they've been around for a long time, like since at least like 2010 or something. I mean, that album's from like 2013, and they were established at that point. But I'm always weary when I find a band like that, and they're really good, and I'm like, why is nobody talking about them? And I like kind of looked into them, and there's like nothing. It's just like nothing really about them, and I'm always like, why is that though? I don't know why that is. Do I not know something? But anyways, I think they're
maybe
fantastic.
their Spotify. Excuse me, their Spotify artist page might have a little bit more that I can gleam onto.
Yeah, but I looked. It's just nobody I knew was even following them on Instagram, which also was like, why is that?
Yeah,
They seem like right up all of these people that I like.
maybe they've never heard of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to know more about them, but yeah, go give that a spin. Gavin, let's get out of here, dude. Very
Well, everybody,
exciting news.
thanks for listening and watching and everything you do for the show. Keep watching and keep sharing it, and be sure to hit a like and subscribe and comment down below. And thanks again, Carson.
Next week, we're doing our 3-year anniversary special. Got some fun things planned for that you guys won't want to miss. Technically, we hit 3 years in episode numbers, but next Tuesday, so a week from when we're recording this, is our official 3-year anniversary when the first podcast episode came out. So very exciting stuff. Can't wait for that, and we will see you all then.
Thought about killing myself.